Y'all catching me in the ultimate before sleep mode. But I was thinking about becoming okay with how small my steps have to be for me to move forward in the ways that I want to move forward and the ways that I define moving forward. I think that's a really big thing. Everybody talks about small steps, doing things, starting off small, but that sounds great until you realize small steps means many years, maybe even 10 or 20 years, where it may look like you're doing nothing or nothing's happening and people are wondering like where's the results, you know what I mean? Especially in this fast-paced world, we don't necessarily live in a world where we appreciate doing things slow anymore. But like for instance, right now, I'm trying to get back into pole dancing, and I finally pulled out my pole, put it up, and in the beginning when I first did it, I took a month to get my arm strength up, but I never learned how to pull myself up, and I have physical challenges when it comes to that. My left shoulder was damaged at birth. So I have tendons in my shoulder and like connective things that would be connective tissue in my shoulder that's permanently severed. So I have a forever slump on that side and it's not as strong as the other side. I don't have the um the structure to give my arm the strength that it needs to do things like help pull me up. I could never do like a cartwheel and things like that because the other arm was so it was never strong enough. You know what I mean? I basically got a Nemo arm. I got a Nemo flipper. And so my progress is just gonna look different. In addition to the fact that I have nerve damage in that arm from that injury, so I can't push it like I would my right arm. Um, Even in stretching, like whenever I would try to, like I've damaged this arm just by sleeping bad, like sleeping on it poorly, and had nerve damage for like 2 weeks. So I have to do things differently. But now, this time around, I'm treating it like how I've been treating my workouts. I've been doing very small, very short workouts over the past 6 months, really longer, but consistently the past 6 months, where I have a static bike, and I have a treadmill, and I do 5 minutes on either one of those. Sometimes three. If I can only manage three, I only do three. On either one of those, usually the bike because it's easier. I'll do 5 minutes on the bike, and that's it. That's my workout for the whole day. Now, to some people, that may seem like that's nothing, that's not enough. But for me, it has created a momentum in my body, a momentum in my metabolism to help me burn off um, excess fat or calories or whatever burns off. I don't even know. Um, it's allowed me to keep a momentum where I could do that for 5 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, just 5 minutes a day, sometimes 10 minutes a day with both, doing both. Sometimes I might do a little yoga, or I was doing sit ups. I would do like 5 sit ups and 5 push ups, and that was it. And that has helped me uh, continue my. I had started weight loss, I had started losing weight by just changing my diet. The year prior, I had lost like 20 pounds, maybe like 15, 20 pounds from 160. And just doing this has helped me lose almost, lose, a, lose about 50 pounds. I'm probably about 55 pounds down now. So, total. So, I feel like the small stuff means way more to me, not just my body, but my mind as well. Um, and just having to get myself to be okay with that my journey is not going to look like other people's, and that it might take me longer, it might take me way longer. It might look totally different. And and this is kind of going off the cuff, I don't want to participate in this world anymore. The way we participate in this world, I'm just not interested. The way we walk around with our own little delusions, collective fantasies that we live, that we pretend like everything is okay, and we pretend that being hopeful and praying and all of this stuff is actually going to change something. I had a conversation with my mother that was, it was kind of, but the point that I was trying to make was, how many years has our grandparents, great grandparents, especially being black, how many years have our grandparents, great grandparents, and super great grandparents have been praying for things to change? And I mean really change. I'm not talking about just being okay till Friday when you get paid, or just hoping for a slightly better job that gives you slightly more money and slightly more stress. Like, I'm talking about real, lasting, global change. How many years have people been praying for peace? There's a disconnect from what we say we want versus what it is that we accept. We accept and continually participate in the things in a world where it's okay for most people to have nothing and a few people to have everything. Now, being alive, I know that I am forced to participate in what we consider normality. But I don't want to participate in that shit in my mind anymore. I can't make myself believe that this shit works anymore. I can't make myself believe that prayer and the way we think of prayer works anymore. If prayer means getting crumbs and being okay with crumbs, then yeah, prayer works. But if prayer means, for me, in my mind, if I'm praying for something, I want to pray for something that has actual dramatic change. I can be an extremist, as you can tell. But in order for the things that we want, that we're praying for to work, something up here has to change. We can't continue to say we want one thing and then participate in the shit that continues the cycle. Like, there's a total disconnect from what it is that we pray for versus what it is that we actually participate in and want on the low key. People don't want to change. Let's just be clear. We don't want to change. We don't want things to change, because that means, in our mind, because we've all been brainwashed to believe this, that means we're going to lose. That means somebody's going to have to lose. The gag is, the only people who lose are the people with everything. And so it makes sense that those people would want us to believe that we will lose as well, when the truth is we've been losing the whole time. But I, speaking for myself, don't want to participate in how we think anymore. I don't want to participate in the belief shit. I've omitted myself out of that. I don't want to participate in the religion or even the spirituality in the form that we think of it. I don't want to participate in that. I don't want to participate in anything. I am literally at a point where I'm over all of it. And for my life to be something that I can at least stand, I have to change what I care about. And I think that's the only way I will see drastic change in my life. I can't continue to participate in the thinking that's kept me here. That's what I realize. Therefore, I have to exit out of all the shit that has kept me here. That's the only way to move forward in any way that means something to me. And that means I even have to redefine what matters to me. I have to redefine my own morals, my own belief system, how I process information, how I absorb information, what I choose to participate in. I just don't want to be a part of it. I will share my thoughts and what I feel, but I don't want to participate in the shit that, number one, doesn't fucking matter to me, nor the things that advance us as a society. So, in order for a society to advance, the individual has to change how it thinks about shit. And there's so many people who's feeling this shit right now and don't know how to express it. And I'm just learning how to express what I'm feeling. This immense void space where nothing fucking matters. People would say that it's depression. A person looking on the outside and just observe. My light is changing. It does that. A person looking on the outside and just observing something, but has no concept of the cause or the reasons behind it, would look at the emotions as depression and would diagnose some sort of therapeutic whatever or some medicine. But when you're in it, and I'm just now getting words for this, I'm in a space where I realize all the shit that we hold near and dear don't mean shit. Not only does it not mean anything in general, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's not stuff that I value or want. And I'm in a space where all of that is falling off of me and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do next. So all I know is that I don't want to participate in the thinking, the group think that we all are in, nor the shit that we do anymore. So what's next? I have no fucking clue. And so there's a grief that comes with that. There's a deep, deep sadness that comes with, I don't know what to do next. I now have to leave everything that I wanted behind, or I thought I wanted behind. I have to leave literally every aspect of the shit that not only kept me here, but things that are totally obsolete now, moving forward in the future. I have to leave all of that behind and be totally empty and lost and confused until whatever pops up next. That's really fucking sad. That's a very sad place to be. And that's something that a lot of people won't know how to express. Oh shit, I hope you can hear me. I have my finger over the thing. Anyway, whatever. But I'm just realizing that my steps forward are gonna look different. They're gonna be slower than what I thought, or just slower in general. And they're gonna be completely off the path of what people think is valuable. And I have to somehow learn how to be okay with that. And like I said, that's a really painful place to be in this world where I saw a thing on Instagram where this guy was like, "Let me hold your hand when I say this. You don't need anything from Amazon." Because Amazon's holding that fucking sale. It's like, you don't need nothing. And the people in the comments, it's too late. I already bought shit. Or just all kind of shit, you know? And I feel like I'm in that realization. Like, the things that you thought you needed from this place, or the things that you thought were valuable, are not. They never were on a whole, and they're not to you either. What the fuck do I do with that? You know? And then the craziest part about it is that I'm not depressed. I'm sad, but I'm not depressed in the way people think of depression. I am in a deep grief, feeling of loss. I don't know what to do next. And just like I'm losing myself, or what I considered myself. And there's another part of me that really doesn't care. It doesn't care that I'm losing, or feel like I'm losing. It doesn't care that I'm in grief. It's just it wants nothing to do with this place. I was thinking about this while I was on the couch. I'm like, how do people live here for like 40 and 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 and 100 years and not want to off themselves at some point, or not do it at some point? Because why would anyone want to be here? I mean, don't get me wrong. how do I say it? I want to experience a life while I'm here. But why would you want to actively be here in the way things are? Like, why? How do people enjoy it? Because I guess for me, the things that people find valuable and they want, and things that actually bring them joy, that doesn't bring me joy. Like, I would enjoy going places and going on vacation, but the actual vacation itself doesn't bring me joy. It's just like something to do while I'm here. It's an experience, but it's not, it doesn't make me happy. Having things don't make me happy. As much as I love eating, eating doesn't make me happy. All the things that bring people fulfillment, doing like task creation, helping people or volunteering or whatever it is that people do, that stuff is something to do in my mind, but it doesn't make me happy or bring me joy. I feel like what would really bring me joy is not here. What would bring me joy does not exist here. And that makes sense where joy comes from the inside, but joy doesn't come from anything even remotely related to living for me. It's an experience that I can enjoy, but it does not bring me joy. Like when I think of joy, I think of a memory of this liminal space that I cannot describe because it wouldn't make sense. But there's a space where I'm amongst essences, beings doesn't even describe it. Beings or whatever that the love is on a scale that we don't get here. It has nothing to do with relation or, you know, endorphins or chemicals in our brain. It is a connection that is through and through with many essences. And when I think of that place, I remember home, whatever that is. But it's not this 3D whatever. It is nothing related to this. Not even in this universe or whatever. It's beyond. Which, like I said, makes sense, beyond here. But when I think about here, no, absolutely not. What the fuck? No. But anyway, I don't even remember what the hell this was supposed to be about. But I guess starting off small changes the way you think long term about everything. Anyway, I'm going to sleep. Bye.